Yes.
Okay. It's 7 o'clock and I'd like to call the meeting to order. Can I get a motion to adopt? Yeah. Can I get a motion to adopt the agenda, please?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. In regards to old business, would anyone like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the meeting on June 17th?
I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
All in favor, or second? All in favor? Aye. In regards to new business, we have RA-02-25, Ashley Barnett and East West Express on behalf of Richard Kanjimi are requesting a rezoning from commercial low density C1 to industrial medium density I2 to continue the current use of a truck freight terminal in accordance with permitted uses outlined in section 4.17.12 industrial medium density for property located at 15051 Veterans Memorial Highway within land lot 45, District 2, also known as parcel 014502500037. Would you like to introduce Sean?
Yes, I would. Good evening. Here we go. All right. Good evening, Council Chair, Head, and Planning and Zoning Commissioners. Glad to be here this evening with you. Since we missed last month's meeting, we didn't not have any items. I wanted to let you know that yes, since our previous Planning and Zoning Administrator Sean Daniels left us, we gained a Sean, Sean Myers, who comes to us from Powder Springs with a wealth of knowledge in GIS, zoning, and land use. So we welcome him. He's been on board with us for about 3 weeks, and he'll be presenting to you this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brecca. Good evening, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here with you. So our sole item tonight is the rezoning request at Veterans Memorial Highway. The applicant and representative are here with us. So we have a request to rezone from C1 commercial low density to I2 industrial medium density for the purpose of correcting the zoning to reflect the current use as a truck freight terminal. No developments proposed with this request, and there's no change to the current business operations. They will continue to operate as is. Next slide. We can go more. All right, so the visual here, if we can go back one more. Oh, you're all right. So the location is sandwiched between, as we can see here, I-20 to the south and Veterans Memorial to the north. The corridor is separated from other uses to the north by the railroad. And the general vicinity is predominated with other industrial uses. There's a signal contractor, a traffic signal contractor nearby, a construction company, U-Haul, and boat storage, as well as storage warehouses in the vicinity. So the character of the area is industrial in nature, and this request aligns the current use at 15051 with the aligns the current use with the zoning district being requested, which is industrial medium density. So we have a 33.35 acre site. 12 acres of that site is a gravel parking area or truck storage area, and that was approved in 2021 by variance. The code requires a hardened surface, but in 2021, when that site was developed for the applicant to consolidate his local operations at that facility, a variance was approved to allow a 12-acre gravel lot. The driveway, building pad, maintenance, and customer parking areas are paved and improved. Next slide. And here we have a site plan which shows the gravel pad in the gravel parking lot in stippling and the improved pad in dark gray. Next slide. So, as I mentioned previously, the surrounding area is C1 zoning, but industrial uses do dominate. And this request would align the zoning map to the existing operations. Next slide. Here we have the zoning map, and as you can see, the subject site is highlighted in the box, and to every side is C1 zoning. Next slide. So we reviewed the request against the analysis criteria. The East Village character area aligns with the commercial corridor, which may include industrial activity. The most desirable use for that site, given its location, given that the applicant is vested and has invested in developing the site as a truck freight terminal, the most desirable use is industrial. We don't anticipate any negative impacts, and this request would align the zoning with the existing use. And here we have a visual of the East Village future land development character area highlighted. Next slide. Next slide. Thank you, Whitney. So staff is recommending approval. We don't anticipate that there would be any negative impacts or adverse effects on general welfare. We propose the conditions that the site will be limited to use as a truck freight terminal with related logistics and transportation operations, and other industrial uses would require future review by this commission and city council, unless, of course, the future land development map is amended, in which case a change in industrial use would not require approval by the commission or by city council. And we stipulate also that compliance with all building, fire, life safety, and zoning requirements are required. All right, I'll turn it over now to the applicant to present their case, unless there are any questions at this time. Thank you.
Yes.
So, I'm Richard Canjemi. I'm the president and CEO of East West Express. I brought East West Express to Villa Rica in 1988. I purchased an existing building, which was commercial, I believe. I think it was C, it was a commercial rating. And I had brought my trucking company there. Before that time, it was a concrete truck repair center. So I figured that's great. So this was 1988, I did that. And we've been operating continuously for the last 37 years here in Villa Rica. So I think we've been a good corporate citizen here in town. We've hired hundreds, we're probably about 200 people right now that I employ here in the city. And we're a long haul and regional trucking company. We hire and endorse the continuation of hiring owner operators which are subcontractors for East West Express. We have a truck shop that is used for our company trucks and the subcontractors. So they're actually a for-hire shop within our area. Let's see what else. I guess we just want to continue what we've been doing for the past 37 years in Villa Rica. So that's pretty much it. Now, when I went ahead and my brother was helping me put this building together for the past 5 years, and I thought everything was cool. I thought we had the proper zoning and everything was great. Had a grand opening back 3 years ago this month. Invited the city, fire department, police department. Was a big state representative there, and it was a good time. And I didn't realize that, whoops, it was not I2. So that's why I'm here, to try to kind of get things the way they should be. I guess that's about it. Any questions for me?
just out of curiosity, what made you realize that it wasn't zoned correctly?
Were we told that it wasn't, or what? I didn't even realize it. When did that happen?
I guess Joseph was doing something with looking at developments.
Would you mind coming up to the podium, please? Thank you.
This is Ashley, my controller.
Hi. I believe Joseph was looking into what we could do with the property, and so he started looking into it and said, guys, this is not zoned properly. And we got permits, and everything was permitted by the city, and it wasn't zoned correctly in the beginning. So we just thought, hey, we need to get this zoned correctly. I mean, we hope to keep the business and the family forever, but at some point, if Richard wanted to find another trucking company, it needs to be zoned correctly. I don't see that in our future, but he was like, yeah, you guys need to get this corrected. So that's why we're here today.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. So I don't have any immediate plans to do anything other than run the trucking company. And we put several $1 million into the construction. We're hiring more people locally as well as other places. So we're here to stay, like we've been for the past 37 years. I also live in Villa Rica for 20 years now.
Yes.
So, any other
Yeah,
questions?
I do, and I'm the city attorney, so I just wanted it on the record. Staff's asking that one condition, that you keep the current use. So within I-2 zoning, there are other uses that would typically be allowed other than what you're doing there on the property now. Are you in agreement with that condition, that with this rezoning, you would only have your current type business on that property?
Yes. I'm not building a refrigerated warehouse. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not opening an asphalt plant. I'm not going to do that. I'm kind of joking. I'm a trucker. We're into trucking business. That's what we plan on doing. So yes, we are continuing to do as we've always done here in Villa Rica.
And so even if the property is sold, Kevin, it has to remain a trucking company?
If that's the condition that's placed on it.
Yes. Okay.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, okay.
And in fact, they could, even with improper zoning, they could keep the trucking business even with another owner. I mean, it's a grandfathered use. It would run with the property.
Okay.
They couldn't change to another I-2 use with their current zoning without rezoning, if that makes sense. And they couldn't have a scrap yard or something else that we would allow in I-2 zoning without asking for a rezoning.
Okay.
And I guess with C2, there's a lot more permissible uses with C2 than there are I2, so they would be giving up potentially those uses. So under your current zoning, you could change to all kind of uses that are permitted in C2 without ever asking permission to do that. But if we rezone it, you're locking yourself into the one use that you have,
Well,
because that's a condition of the rezoning.
sure, and I have no problem with that.
Okay.
I mean, when I came here in '88 into Villa Rica, that's what we did. We had a trucking company. We did work on our trucks. We had a minor operation of repairing them, painting them, and running the trucking company. We were long haul at the time. We were team operated, husband and wife teams, refrigerated, long haul. Now we've expanded to become a regional trucking company. Regional meaning east of the Mississippi, so it's a pretty big area. So we're covering about 40 states right now.
Oh, wow.
And so we're not a giant company, but we're a large, small company, I would think. And so that's it. Yes. So to answer your questions, I think I did, didn't I?
You
Okay.
did.
Yes. Does anyone have any questions for the applicant?
Yeah, I'm just I'm comparing the map, the aerial to the site plan maps, and just want to make sure there's no part of this plot that is undeveloped right now that you plan to parcel off and sell or develop in the future. What
No,
is there
it's
is
all 33 acres I'm going to maintain as the trucking company and storage, and that's what I'm doing.
okay. Just wanted to make sure I'm looking at these maps correctly.
Right,
Thank
correct.
you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I don't think we have any other questions.
Okay, well, thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Sean? And I know this will call for a public hearing, but there's no one here, so do we have to?
I mean, it might be a question for Kevin or Sean. Do you feel that the July 13th, 2021 variance request set a precedent that should be observed here?
I'll jump right in with that, Planning Commissioner Newton. So the code states specifically that variances, if approved, should not state a precedence. Have other variances been granted for, not to have a hard surface parking area? Yes, that has happened in several places throughout the city, but the city council has the decision to make that particular approval or denial or approval with conditions. But it has no bearing on this particular rezoning.
Okay, and then what was the basis for the staff requesting that they maintain the current use then?
So that we limit the types of uses, because if we go back to the zoning map, what we found is that it's a block of properties that has been dubbed as C1. And if you drive and see the character of the area, it is primarily industrial on every side. And then on the other side of Veterans Memorial, there's a railroad track. There's not even enough room to develop where you can have some facing commercial on both sides. So the ability for this property to become commercial throughout that corridor would take time. It would be, years down the line to do major redevelopment for that parcel, and that would be relocating rail lines and the like.
I agree. I think there's a good argument for industrial. I guess what I'm asking about is why limit the use though?
Well, if you don't, then they could, without permission, I mean, if you just rezoned it to I-2 with no conditions, then they could go in tomorrow and put in a concrete asphalt production facility, a recycling center. There's a lot of uses that we may not like, because there is a school. There's several properties between it, but there's a school not far from there. So there are some things that are allowed in I-2 that they wouldn't even have to get permission or come back for if you just rezoned it with no condition. There's some that we really wouldn't want, but like a solid waste transfer station, sanitary landfill, those are allowed in I-2. Those are with special exceptions, so they do have to get some permission to go to those
And the
uses.
property is visible from Veterans Memorial,
Yeah.
so you wouldn't want a landfill.
But yeah, but that's an exception anyway.
The idea would be to limit the impacts of a new use that could come in behind this.
I understand that. I just look for consistency. So I'm not, whatever I approve isn't going to have, I'm not attaching to that requirement. So either I'll let you guys vote or I'll make a motion. It's up to you guys.
We do need to call for folks who are going to be speaking in favor versus those in opposition,
Okay.
please.
Can I
you
ask
guys
one more
have-
question of you all before the public hearing? That second condition for approval, that's just like all fire safety zoning requirements applicable with city codes, that's embedded in the, they have to follow the city codes anyway, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. It's just that double assurance and then making the applicant aware as well that the
Okay.
rezoning still doesn't preclude them from meeting the requirements of the zoning district that they are approved for.
Okay, thank you.
All right, at this time, I will open the meeting for public comment. If you wish to speak, please come to the microphone, state your name and address for the record, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Anyone wishing to speak in favor of the requested change? No? Anyone who wishes to speak in opposition? No one. Okay. Would anyone like to make a motion?
Well, do we have to close the public hearing first?
Oh, yes, the public hearing has been closed. Is that good?
Can I ask one more question of the applicant? Do you have any objection to the approval with the condition that we've been discussing here?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Now, would anyone like to make a motion?
I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve the variance with the condition that it will be limited to use as a truck freight terminal.
If I can make just a quick question, if you wouldn't mind amending your motion to approve the rezoning with the conditions.
The rezoning, I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Yes. I will make a motion to approve the rezoning request with the condition that the use should be limited to a truck freight terminal unless they come back before P&Z to request differently for approval at that point.
I will second her motion. All in favor?
Aye. Opposed?
Approved.
Opposed.
All opposed.
Okay, okay. Got it. We have that Commissioner Newton is going to abstain from the vote.
Okay. Thank you. And I would like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting. All in favor?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good night. All right.
The next is,
Her daughter had a game, a volleyball game, I think she said.